Good afternoon, traders. It is Tuesday, February 10th, 2015, and the U.S. stock market is closed. You know, we had started the day a little rough today. It was kind of a good news, bad news joke because the bad news started right at the beginning. We had quite a few positions coming in, and the day started out to look just great. You know, shortly after the open, our open trade equity was about positive just over $10,000. I mean, that's terrific. I was dancing on the ceiling, but I never saw money melt away quite so quickly as it did this morning. And in only 45 minutes, our positive $10,000 had gone to negative over $2,000. You know, a good $12,000 swing in less than an hour. So that was a little bit disappointing. But the good news is that as the day went on, we kept getting into positions that were pretty solid, and we ended up closing out the day with just about $8,000 positive in open trade. So I still am going to count it as a winning day, but of course we haven't closed out those $8,000. The Dow was very interesting today. You know, I get email on my red line here, and people want to know what this red line is. Well, this is my where I calculate the Dow Jones Industrial Average is going to run into resistance, and run into resistance it did. You know, back here 2 days ago, it did manage to get above the red line but couldn't hold, and it came back. Yesterday more downside, and today it took off very strong. Dow ended up closing up 139 points, which isn't too shabby, but you come in here and look, where did it bump its head this morning? Right, actually that was the last half hour of the day. Just could not get through our red line, bumped its head and pulled back a little. So I don't know, you know, I shouldn't predict Dow action, but I probably will. It just doesn't look to me like it's going to get through that red line without coming back first. But it's hard to say, you know. It could flash through that tomorrow. I suppose that's possible, but my inclination is to say it really hasn't gotten through it twice now, and it's going to realize this has got to come back down a ways before and take another run at that before it's going to go. But we'll see. You just never know about the Dow. But obviously that red line is causing us a lot of problems now, is putting in a pretty hard ceiling for us. I want to show you, I have actually four charts I want to show you here. I'll show you first of all the problem that we had this morning, just very frustrating. This is in Parker Drilling, and you heard me yesterday. I was so excited about this trade because we were up really strong yesterday, and even on the open this morning we still had over $7,000 in open trade in Parker Drilling. But just look what happens to this between that open and where we got out. We got out down here, and then to add insult to injury, it went higher after we get out. Believe it or not, we still made over $2,000 in Parker Drilling, but it still hurt because we went from having $7,000 up here to only $2,000 when we finally got out. And this same kind of pattern was repeated in most of our positions today, and that's why we ended up seeing our profits go from positive over $10,000 to negative over $2,000. Kind of hurt. Anyway, we still had some really good things happen today, however, and I can't really say it was a really bad day. This is NBIX, Neurocrine Biosciences. By the way, all the good stuff happened in drugs today. I was quite surprised. Anyway, in Neurocrine Biosciences, we bought this second hour, and it just took off, and we are holding about $2,000 positive in Neurocrine Biosciences. Next one here, I'll show you. This is a new, excuse me, where am I here? I want to go here. Okay, this is a new stock for us, TTPH, which is Tetraphase Pharmaceuticals, and brand new stock for us. We jumped into this immediately and just screamed. Fortunately, we got into it before this big upsurge bar. It did pull back a little, but that ended up closing near its high up here, and we're holding about $1,500 in Tetraphase Pharmaceuticals. And last but not least, this is Agios Pharmaceuticals, I believe. Anyway, we got into that right on the open, and that thing just kept going, really screaming, and we are holding about $3,000 in open trade equity in Agios Pharmaceuticals. So, in spite of a few disappointments, Tuesday was a good day for us. We're holding about $8,000 in open trade going into tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. I'll see you tomorrow on Wednesday.